Welcome everyone to a Pokemon Go PvP video. This one is going to be my very first Jungle Cup that I end up participating in Tewksbury, Massachusetts, with the Pokemon Go Raids Middlesex community. Now, this is a community that I've frequented many times. Let's get right into my team composition here. So my team composition right now is going to be Magnezone, Forretress, Noctowl, Vigoroth, Vespiquen, and our friend Venusaur. Now, before the stat rework and, it was PvP mechanics and the move edition, I actually did not have Venusaur or Magnezone in my 6. I was running a Lantern as well as an Alolan Golem. Now, I went with these 6 specifically with one strategy in mind, and that strategy was a combination of 2 strategies that I saw on YouTube. First was one of King IV's shoutcasts, where he ended up shoutcasting a European player that went 7-0 in his Jungle Cup, and he essentially the entire tournament ran Vespiquen, Vigoroth, and Lantern. Awesome combination. Then the second strategy that I tried to duplicate was the double electric strategy. Now that one, call me Jake YT, link in the description. He did a really great debrief on how it works. Excuse me. And essentially, you would lead with Lantern or a bulky electric. You'd have Vespiquen in the middle to take care of Vigoroth, and then you'd also end with an electric, mostly either Alolan Graveler or Alolan Golem. Now, both of these strategies seem to work really well. So what I decided to do was lead Vespiquen and end Magnezone. Let's see how it goes. Round 1, Wallaroo. Interesting team comp. Never even thought about bringing a Butterfree. So here in round 1, we lead with our Vespiquen, and he leads Vigoroth. Now this is exactly why we want to lead Vespiquen, because Vespiquen is a Vigoroth counter. Those X-Scissors do a lot of good chip damage there. And those counters from Vigoroth don't hurt us one bit. So we're actually able to feint this Vigoroth with substantial help. Swap into our Vigoroth. Definitely want to block at least one Sky attack with Noctowl. We're actually going to end up going for a Body Slam. And then we're going to piggyback his Sky attack with a second Body Slam. Now this burns his last shield, so we're happy. And we are very, very happy to get that last Body Slam, which hits that Noctowl. So that puts us in a position where when that Lantern comes out, we still have a shield. And we know, since it is a Charge Beam Lantern, that Magnezone is going to be super resistant. Now, every single time you land a Zap Cannon, you have to yell El Calvissimo, because that is one of the hardest things to do in any kind of tournament. And we loved Magnezone because it charges super quick, and that Zap Cannon pretty much terminates most Pokemon. Now, we decided to swap out this Vespiquen for fear that Scyther had Aerial Ace, so we swap right into our Vigoroth. We charge all the way up to 2 Body Slams, and we go back to back here. Sometimes that back-to-back puts your opponent in a position where they almost double shield. That's what we wanted out of him, but we didn't get that. So we still get that Body Slam. We have a Vigoroth, so we have that switch advantage. And now we're able to go right into our Vespiquen, which is going to absolutely demolish this Breloom. There's pretty much nothing that Breloom can do here. Maybe a Sludge Bomb would give some decent chip damage, and we didn't want to find out. But we're now entering this last matchup, which is a Vigoroth, with the energy advantage and equal shields. So that's going to put us in a good spot here. We swap shields. Now we're going to go for a back-to-back X-Scissor here to end round 1. So far, our strategy is working really well. Let's see what round 2 has to offer us. All right, the organizer, community leader, either IR Dragon or Lair Dragon. I have to ask him the next time I see him. Let's see what our good old friend has to offer here. So again, we catch the Vigoroth lead, which is exactly what we wanted. He swaps into his Graveler, and that means that Vigoroth is going to absolutely go to town on this poor Graveler. We don't want to see any attacks here, because we know that Counter is going to be able to feint him down, and now we have 2 full body slams for whatever's next. So now his Vigoroth is greeted with 2 body slams here. And we are not able to get to that last one. That last one would have been absolutely amazing. But it's okay, because our Vespiquen is coming in with an X-Scissor. We soak up that body slam. Now because we were able to feint him down, we still have that 1 shield. And a fully charged X-Scissor. Swap into our Magnezone here. We have the type advantage. We're super happy about this. And we end up taking game 1 of round 2. So Magnezone has been putting in some work for us in the back. Charging up quickly to Wild Charge, or if you really want that fatal move, Zap Cannon. Round 2. Still loving this lead. Vespiquen on Venusaur is a great matchup for us. That Bug Bite is doing a tremendous amount of damage. So we let that Frenzy Plant go through. And we decide to let this Sludge Bomb go through as well. But we have a bunch of energy stored right now for this Vespiquen. So Butterfree comes in. We swap right into our Vigoroth, because our Vigoroth is going to be able to really get rolling with these body slams. We're not 100% sure what Butterfree has, so we decide to shield that. And he burned both shields on Butterfree, which is great for us because we're now able to get this last body slam off to finish it. So now again, we're up on shields. We have Vespiquen. That is a Vigoroth counter, but a little bit low on health. But we are able to still get off an X-Scissor because counter doesn't do anything to us. So although we are in a little bit of a disadvantage here, we're still able to get to that Wild Charge to finish off this Vigoroth. So far, we're going undefeated here. We haven't lost a game. Now's when the fun starts. Gyarados Rage. One of my good friends and sparring partners. 3rd round. Let's see what we got going on here. So, again, same team comp. Lead with Vespiquen, and we hit that Vigoroth yet again. So we're loving this. We're going to go right to that X-Scissor. And he does a great swap here to that Noctowl. We swap into our Vigoroth. Now we're going to let the Body Slam machine get to work here. We're going to wait for him to use his charge move. And now we're going to piggyback 2 Body Slams off of the Sky Attack. So that feints his Noctowl. Now we're able to get another Body Slam on his Venusaur coming in. So Vigoroth did an amazing job for us. I honestly think that Vigoroth is the absolute best safe switch I've ever seen. Now we're just going to end up soaking up all these Frenzy Plants because we're resistant. Use that Wild Charge. And now with Vespiquen, we know that that Vigoroth was in the back. We swap out. And we go, we're going to end up using our shields wisely here. Hit that X-Scissor. And have that other X-Scissor already waiting because we overtapped. Awesome. So Vigoroth right now being a safe switch is amazing. He hits really, really hard anything that counters Vespiquen. And when you have a Vigoroth with an energy lead, he is absolutely deadly. Game 2, we get the Vigoroth yet again. He swaps out perfectly in time for that Wigglytuff. We swap right into our Magnezone because Charm is resisted. So although Magnezone is a little squishy, that Steel typing allows us to take those charms at a much better rate. And now we have 2 shields with a Wigglytuff that is not going to be able to get to a second charge move. And now we have our Vigoroth ready to just go body slam crazy right now. hits the first body slam off the piggyback, and hits that second one. And we still have some energy left over for the next Pokemon that comes in. But we decided to go right into that Vespiquen because we know that Vigoroth, he saved it. And we're able to down him with an X Scissor. And then our counters. So far we're at a round 3 sweep. We're going to the championship round with this guy. You've seen him on the channel before, Sackneat 007. He is one of our best sparring partners. He's the one that I test out most of my ideas on. Let's see how we do here. Again, we lead Vespiquen. He leads Wiggly. Now the crazy part about this is that he actually knows my lineup. He knows my team composition here. And even knowing your team knowing some of your opponent's team composition, if it's a really, really solid plan, sometimes it doesn't matter whether they know it or not. Now we're able to switch into our Vespi. Soaks up a body slam. We overcharge a bit and get that Vigoroth out of there. Getting that Vigoroth out of there early is amazing. We decide to let our Vespiquen go because we know that she is not going to be able to take much. And it's a Magnezone fight. We know that Wild Charge is coming. We have ours. And now we're in a situation where we're up on shields. Now, again, because Magnezone is able to resist most of Wigglytuff's damage, with 1 HP, we get off the Wild Charge to take game 1. Now, in that particular matchup, I did mess up. I should have let Vespiquen go up against Wigglytuff and not wasted my Vigoroth on her until the very end when Wigglytuff had a little bit of HP to then come in and farm that energy. Now again, we start Vespiquen. He thought that we were going to end up switching it up, and we didn't. And now look, our Vigoroth is going to go absolutely to town on this Magnezone with all these counters. So now we get hit with a body slam, but we're piggybacking 2. That's going to burn 1 shield and severely damage his Vigoroth. Now we're going to try to get off this other body slam. We're able to do so here. His Fortress takes it. We go right into our Vespiquen here. Essentially, we're going to end up trying to have him waste all of his energy while we use that Power Gem. He blocks it. We make that swap and go right for the KO with Wild Charge. And that's all she wrote. So we sweep our first Jungle Cup in Tewksbury, Massachusetts. We are very happy from our results. I definitely want to give a huge shout out to Lair Dragon. He put on a good show, as well as Sackneat and all my friends that came. Also, my wife shows up, Lorena Del Calvo, and my 2 kids, Sunshine and Flashinder. Hope this was enjoyable. Take care.